You about Dr. Warren? You can walk from here. How long does it take to get to Barack Obama's house? About 5 minutes?
About 5 minutes. 10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes at the most. It's right down the street. So when you gonna invite Barack Obama to the program?
I don't know. If he would come, if we would invite him. I mean, he has a lot of political pressure on him, and he has to adapt to the consensus of which the overlords have laid down before him.
You know, he talked against the war, but now he's sort of backing off on ending the war as quickly as he thought he would. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you have to realize that as Smedley Butler said, the most decorated general during World War I, he said war is a record. It's about making money. And you're talking about Halliburton, you're talking about Blackwater, you're talking about Carlyle Group, you're talking about big financial groups. They make the money, and we as middle class serfs, slaves, we get blood and death. And as a matter of fact, if it's to come back from the war, the veterans that come back, they don't even have to take care of folks. And when they were put in that hospital there at Walter Reed, it was like you could find a cat house better than that. Whole house was better than that place.
My understanding they're going to have as many suicides. These are GIs, vets coming back. They're going to have as many suicides as were killed in the war. They said they're killing each other, they're killing themselves. You've heard that, right? It's a lot of suicide. People, they just can't handle that desert.
They can't handle the desert, and it's a great psychological war. Remember, it's asymmetric, it's a guerrilla warfare, so it's greatly psychological. And they don't have enough men, they're poorly equipped, and the whole thing is about oil and the dominance of America, or controlling the oil and resources that's on Earth.
What about America? We're trying to protect America against, what's that thing? Terrorism.
Well,
Osama bin Laden.
Well, again...
You don't believe that?
Well, again, you got to have some ploy. There's always a cover story for everything.
But the terrorism is real, though, right?
Not that it's real, but it's not to the degree that it's played up to be.
Okay.
I mean, the way that they're playing this thing up about the Al Qaeda and all this. Listen, the German security during World War II, when they fought them, and they would get information to go and fight when ships were leaving here, they was getting sunk. So they had to get the mafia to go down and clean that situation up. So with these guys, Al Qaeda is nowhere near the sophistication that you had the German intelligence are, and yet we spending billions and billions of dollars on this thing to, again, to control people, you need a fear element.
But if we have another terrorist attack, somebody comes with a little device, a little nuclear or semi-nuclear device and blows it up in New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles, that because they had allowed that to happen.
Right, what you have is
they would allow it to happen.
Oh, definitely would allow it to happen, because then they could enforce martial law and really disannul the Constitution completely.
But do you think that, Dr. Warren, I know you're not a soothsayer, but it could happen because as this economy collapse, and we little people begin to realize this thing is collapsing, they may have a terrorist attack to keep our mind off the economic collapse.
There's no question. If they don't have a terrorist attack, they'll have a war.
Or just a flat out
war. I mean, we may go into Iran. Anything to distract.
This is almost done. You think he only has a few months left before he leaves Washington D.C. He's going to go into Iran at this late date?
The rumors are put out stating that if McCain gets in, they'll let the thing slide. But if not, they would go in and bomb it before Obama gets in. So he got a mass internet. He'd have the immense internationalism in the Middle East. Plus, he's got an economy that's in an inflationary depression.
You know, many of us who are watching this show right now who live in Chicago, those of us who really live in the hood, we've been living in economic depression for many years. It's nothing new. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think this economic depression is coming for more so-called middle-class people who thought it would never happen. People make fun of Detroit, but Detroit is coming to a neighborhood near you.
Oh, most definitely. Now listen, if you just read, that was an article that was written in say June 18, 2008, U.S. Today. More consumers, workers shoplifting as the economy slows. Now listen, they're not talking about people in the hood or people of color. They're talking about white people that are very middle class and lost their job, and then caught this woman, man, and his two young daughters. They still in diapers. So you know that they can't be from the hood.
Wait. Diapers are very expensive.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I feel them. You have anybody's babies and diapers, grandchildren. I can see why you're still in diapers.
That's the point.
They're expensive.
They have allowed the globalization that shipped all the jobs out, like you said, out of Michigan, out of Chicago, Indiana, Ohio. There's nothing left for these folks, especially middle-class white people, and they have been reduced to working just above minimum wages.
Which kind of scary. I know I tell to a lot of people in my line of work, y'all know I'm a limo driver by trade. That's what I do for a living, right? And so most of them are upper class European Americans, right? But they tell me, I can't sell my house. My house is worth $750,000, and I'm basically stuck. Now I may have to pass on my wealth to my grandchildren or my children. Hopefully they'll be able to pay the property taxes. It's scary. There's a lot of folks are afraid. That's what I'm saying, Dr. Warren. The news media's not saying that, but these folks, even the famous, what's his name, Mr. Freeman, what's the guy from New York Times, Freeman. His first name, I can't think of his name. Not Milton Freeman, he's a writer. Freeman, y'all know him. The earth is flat, dude. The earth is flat. He's even saying this economy is not going to bounce back as we think it's going. This is serious.
Oh yeah, it's very serious. It's so serious. There's 4 warnings that have already been issued this month. Say in June. If you go and put in Royal Bank of Scotland, said it to be a catastrophe event. We don't know what it is. Something is coming very big in the fight. A bank, whatever is coming. They have warned their clients to get ready to get out of the stock market. This is the same thing that happened in 29. The Royal Bank of Scotland, Barclays, the J.P. Morgan or Morgan Stanley, and then the banking IMF, I think, IMF, the bank, the international bank, banking and international statement, BIS.
So you say
they've already given warning that we're headed for a collapse.
So those of us about to buy a Chrysler 300, some big giant car, isn't that the time to be buying a big giant car?
They'll be lucky to have a place to stay and food to eat. As food is going up and gasoline is going crazy. Like you said, most of the wealthy white people they buying houses they can't sell. They have a house they can't sell.
You can't sell it. Nobody wants it.
Right.
I mean, people have $1 million houses that's got like 35, 45 months before it might sell.
It might sell, not at that price.
Not at that price. Y'all have $1 million for a house, okay?
Right.
$4,000 or $5,000 mortgage,
And you see what happened to Ed McMahon.
Yeah, Ed McMahon. Yeah. I mean, and he can't call on Johnny. Johnny can't help.
Johnny's long.
We like Johnny. Don't get me wrong. Johnny's gone.
Johnny's gone. And then you had that a baseball player. What was his name? I forget. But anyway, he had the same thing. He's walked away from about a $2 or $3 million home. Refused to pay for it.
No, you can't, because who's gonna buy it?
That's the point.
And then you know what it costs to maintain a multi-million-dollar home? It's more than our mortgage.
Exactly.
In half a week.
That's exactly
right. We're done with the segment. You're gonna do another segment. I want you to scare the people and tell folks, what's going to happen. Because they love you, Dr. Warren.
Okay.
You too, man.
Okay.